goal without a plan is just a dream. You could be the most ambitious, most disciplined man in the world, and without a plan, it would mean nothing. A plan creates clarity, and clarity promotes action. This is how you make your plan. Number 1, first set the goal of your plan. The reason why you're watching this video is because you're not happy with your position in life right now. So first things first, you need to set the expectation for your plan. For example, this was my expectation. The goal of this project is to surrender myself 100% into my purpose, accomplish each layer, and generate momentum to keep moving forward, all the while recognizing my ego and doing my best to exercise humility. Make sure when you're writing your plan, especially this part in particular, you want to be 100% truthful with yourself, your mind, and your values, taking into account your strong points, your weak points, and everything in between. Secondly, you want to know what aspects of your life you want to improve in. For example, the things that I want to be leveling up in is physical health, mental health, aesthetics, financial freedom, relationships, leadership, and martial arts. Hey bro, everybody's list will be different, but if these things sound good to you, then bro, we got a lot in common. You're gonna love my YouTube channel. When you're making this list, it is important that you remove all distractions, because clarity only comes to those who have enough time to feel their pain so that they can figure out what they need to be doing. Number 3, ground rules. We need to set these because a fool believes himself to be a wise man, and a wise man believes himself to be a fool. You must know that you will make a mistake inevitably. By knowing that you're a fool and that you really don't know anything, you'll actually avoid a lot of the heartache, a lot of the pain that would come from making any of those mistakes. So these are my ground rules. And again, this will be personalized to you. You need to know your strengths and your weaknesses, but still remember the things that got you to the place that you are now. Any of those things, any of this success that you have right now, you need to understand why you've gotten it. What principles have you followed that you cannot neglect, or else you'll move down? In other words, while setting your ground rules, you must practice humility. So these are mine. Number 1, no useless distractions. Notifications are off with the exception of phone calls and messages unless I'm in deep work. When you are in deep work, and I'll make another video about this, when you are in deep work, you can have 0 distractions, because science shows that when you're distracted or you leave the current task that you're doing, it actually takes you 15 minutes and higher to get back into the work that you were doing, into the same mindset that you were in. For productivity and being able to do everything much, much faster, you must follow this rule. Number 2, everything must be done for a reason. Everything must complement your purpose. Everything must complement your goal, your plan. This will allow you to live with clarity. Number 3, 8 hours and 30 minutes in bed minimum. A lot of people confuse time allotted in bed with time actually sleeping. Now, if you have a 100% sleep efficiency, you just get into your bed and you close your eyes and you wake up, just blink. Those are the best nights of my life, I swear, best sleeps of my life. But not everybody has that, and even if you do, you usually don't get it that often. So you need to give yourself enough time, again, knowing yourself, how long it takes you to get to bed. For me, it's a little under 30 minutes. So what I would do is I would give myself 30 minutes to fall asleep and then give myself an additional 8 hours. So then I would get 8 hours of sleep. Bro, we know that sleep is important. For some reason, we always neglect our sleep. Crazy thing is we always think that our idea, like our mindset or whatever we're doing, we need to do it now, because the mindset's not going to come back. We're not going to be as creative. But truth is, creativity is even better the next day. Why? Because you've had more time to ruminate with the idea, and more things come to you in a timely manner. You've heard that saying, you can't rush creativity. Go to bed, refresh your mind so that tomorrow you'll even be more creative and have more ideas. Number 4, do not lie to yourself. So many times we try to make up excuses, telling ourselves that what we're doing, it's okay to do it once in a while, this little treat. Do not lie to yourself. You are the only person on your side, aside from your family, and your family, they're focusing on their own things. It would be a really, really good idea to every week, let's say Friday, you ask yourself how much you've actually progressed in this week towards this goal, this plan, or this ambition, and make sure that you're being truthful to yourself. Because if you lie to yourself, no one else is going to be telling you the truth, because you are on your own side and everybody else is focused on their own thing. Number 5, now this one's a biggie. This one's super important. You must have 0 tolerance for any negativity that yields no positive return on investment. Now, what this means is that, yeah, you should exercise. You should work out. Right now, it feels bad to work out, right? You feel negative feeling towards it. I mean, you can also enjoy your workouts, but that's besides the point. A lot of the time, you won't feel motivated and you won't enjoy it, because you're literally, bro, you're torturing yourself when you're doing those pull-ups. You know it. It's painful, but you know that it gives a positive return on investment. Now, what counts as negativity that doesn't yield this positive return on investment? This counts as no limiting beliefs. No, I can't do this, or I'm not smart enough to do this, or I can't do this fast enough, or I just can't get everything done in the day. No, none of that. That will not benefit you in your purpose at all. No sad music. Now this is kind of sad because sad music for me I've always thought that it has more passion than happier music and has more depth than other music. But thing is, and I don't remember where I heard this, but it really stuck with me. Every time you listen to sad music or anytime you listen to negativity like the news or stuff like that, it's like the devil whispering in your ear. Don't let the devil whisper in your ear, man. It's never gonna help you. It's never gonna give you a positive return on investment. And lastly, there's probably more, but you must avoid arguments, because honestly, wouldn't you rather live with peace? An argument just disrupts everything. Now, if you can really try to exercise seeing things from another person's perspective, even if it's not one that you agree with, really internalize this, because this is kind of besides the point, but this will give you a lot of happiness in life. This will strengthen all of your relationships in life when you can see things from the other person's perspective. But let's continue. Never expect things to change by themselves in your favor. Greatness has a price and you must be willing to pay that price, or else greatness, the one that does come to you, if any comes to you, will be superficial and it will be fleeting and it won't last long. Be willing to put in the work. 7, never rely on motivation to get things done, because motivation is an emotion. It's fleeting. It's not always going to be there. Instead, you must rely on discipline. Now, next up is number 8. Know that you are a damn fool, because if you don't, then you really will be a damn fool. Reason I put those back to back pretty much is because I almost didn't write the don't rely on motivation, because I thought I had internalized that, and I really like to think that I have. But the thing is, the second that you believe that you know everything is the second you stop learning. And when you stop learning, you start dying, you start regressing, because you need to continuously be learning, continuously trying to expand your mind for you to remember the things that you had already had in your mind beforehand. This is what I call, and this is what I think everybody calls, the student mindset. Now, next up, when you're making your plan, you need to have a description. Now, let me just take some water because, bro, I don't know, my throat already hurts and I've barely been talking for too long. So remember when I put that list of 7 things, the physical health, the mental health, the relationships, the financial freedom, the leadership, all those things. Next up, once you have your list, it'll always be different for you, like I said before, but you need to add descriptions. Why do you want these things? How are you going to get these things? This is an example for physical and mental health, because a lot of the time they'll go hand in hand. And I'm just going to read from my notes, you know what I'm saying? Often physical and mental health can go hand in hand. Like I just said, these are the actions that I will take that will benefit both. 8 hours and a half in bed to repair body and mind. Optimal nutrition, whole foods, high protein, low sugar, all the vitamins I need and all the minerals I need. Perhaps look into a dietitian. Luckily, I live in Canada, so if I went to the doctor, I could ask the doctor to give me like blood work so I can know all the vitamins and minerals that I need. Cold showers to improve immune function. I would have them in the morning because they improve circulation, cognition, and discipline. So make your face radiate and make you smarter, and it give you this thing called the flinch, where basically it's like you don't want to do something, you could either just not do it or you could do it, and if you do it, it completely just transforms your discipline. And bro, I'm about to make a video about it today, but like a short video, but I just got to what I think is like 32 days now. 32 days cold showers, like 32 days 10-minute cold showers, like as far the novel goes. So I'm proud of that, bro. Now, next up is individual physical health and mental health. Only thing that I could think about for physical health that didn't actually go hand in hand with physical and mental health was skincare, which can also go into that other category, aesthetics. But skincare is good for you because it'll reduce the times you get little pimples like that one. Here's the thing is, I have been doing skincare. This is the first pimple I've gotten actually in like weeks, which is crazy because I used to get them a lot more often than this. So definitely it's starting to work. I just started doing skincare like a week ago, or like a couple weeks ago, and my pimples have pretty much gone away. So I like that. For mental health, maybe you haven't heard these things before, maybe you have, but I'm gonna be meditating for 15 minutes every day. Now, I used to be meditating for 3 to 5 minutes every day, but 15 minutes, it's making me feel a lot better now that I've started since a couple days ago. Practicing deep gratitude. What this means is write down, I am grateful for, and then fill in the blank, and then say because, and then fill in the blank. Number 3, read. Now I really need to hold myself accountable because I've been trying to read, but all the other things that I have to do for like financial freedom or leadership, school even, is making it very hard to do it. But again, I gotta take responsibility because there's always enough time in the day, or at least I like to think so. Next up is set aside time for yourself to think. 0 distractions and see what comes up. Like I said before, clarity comes to those who have enough silence with their pain to know what they have to do next. So I will do this every week, every Friday. 0 distractions, see what comes up. Question why the things that come up. Next category is aesthetics. Having an aesthetic is important because it helps you project a constant image of yourself onto others. Your aesthetic can help you communicate your personality, values, and interests. It can also make you more memorable, more recognizable, and aside from making a good first impression, having your own aesthetic can make you feel more put together and more confident. But an aesthetic is not just for superficial things like looks. It can be helpful for both personal and professional contexts. A nice professional outfit can help you look more professional and more competent in the work environment, and it can make you stand out, giving you more opportunities that you may have not gotten otherwise. So, first, in this category, if you wanted to do aesthetics, which I recommend everybody should, maybe a little later when they've sorted out their mental health and their physical health, you need to choose your aesthetic. Now, there's so many different kinds of aesthetic, and I've just started learning about them. There's many that I really don't know about, but the one that I feel like kind of caters towards me is the minimalist aesthetic. I feel like it conveys my personality in the way that I'm not all about being flashy, but I do take care of myself and I do put in effort to look. And in more of a spiritual side, I do enjoy everything in my life much more when it's simpler. Why overcomplicate the uncomplicated? Other things. Grow my hair. If you've been watching me for a bit, you'll know that I actually had longer hair and I shaved it. I kind of went bald because like for many reasons I thought, hey, maybe it would look cool, and part of it was I really don't like the idea of superficial. So I feel like when you take too much pride in your looks, that kind of needs to be cut down. So that's another reason why I did it. And another reason was I just wanted to try something new and I felt like doing it. But now it's time to grow it out, because longer hair, be whatever you want to say, different haircuts can look better on different people, but longer hair generally looks better on guys. I'm also going to be looking into my posture, my tongue posture, so mewing and stuff like that. Probably during this video, you will see me breathing through my mouth, because it's so much easier to breathe through your mouth when you're speaking. And it's so much faster than breathing in through your nose. Aside from tongue posture, it's good for your jawline, apparently. I've been kind of doing it for a little bit. I don't know if I see any differences so far. I'm also going to be focusing on my actual posture, stand like I mean it, if that makes sense. Financial freedom. Now, I think everybody wants to be free, right? Time and location freedom, you get that with having money. Money is like freedom points. So why do I want this? To put it simply, I will not tolerate a life where I waste my 20s studying for something I don't care about, so that I can get a job I don't care about, so I can report to a boss that doesn't care about me, so I can spend 2/3 of my waking life as a slave working for somebody else's dream, being too tired for the remaining 1/3 to do anything with my dream. Finally, told my dad about this the other day when I visited him. I want to inspire people, just like I'm doing this video right now. I want to give people a better life. I want to be able to make a difference. I need to change people's lives. I need to do something meaningful with my life, and I need to give my bloodline a better life. So how am I doing this? If you've seen some of my other videos, you've seen me put up a little poster on my wall, not over here, not in this scene, but if you look at any of my other videos, you'll see in the background, especially in my shorts videos, or I guess not in all of my other videos, but you'll see a little piece of paper on my mirror that maybe it looks a little blurry, but it actually says your goal is 10K per month, 10,000 per month, because I feel like that is a good number that will give you enough freedom to do the things that you need to do. Anything past that, it's kind of just for show. So once I've set that financial goal, what am I doing next? I am focusing on developing myself with this plan so I can solve my problems and share my knowledge that I learn during solving my own problems for the internet to see. The plan is that hopefully I will be valuable enough to grow a big enough community that I can throw myself full time into it, making enough money from the AdSense from these videos. That will take time, but that's the plan. In the meantime, I need to figure out ways to make money differently, because YouTube is a lot like exercising. You're not going to see any results in the beginning, but eventually you're going to get. I'm willing to put in that work for the eventual. So I'm pursuing entrepreneurship. Research and execute, then evaluate. What went well, what went wrong, and then build. I'm actually building something right now, but it has potential. Regardless if it works or not, I will learn from the experience and I will grow. Next category is relationships. I want to build the kind of relationships that cut through mountains, brotherhood, complementary intimacy, both based on understanding and mutual growth. For this, I need to know what to look for and where to look for it. I need to be able to present myself authentically without ego and focus on integrity. So basically the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to apply the understanding relationships framework. Basically the gist of that framework is this: who is your ideal person? What are their morals, values, and beliefs and goals? Then ask yourself, what does this person want in their ideal person? The goal is not to change yourself for another person. The goal is to self-reflect and see why you don't have this person in your life. Because the reason why you don't have this person in your life is because to attract high-value people, you must first be a high-value person. Part of it's also presentation. Being able to speak, conveying confidence, but also social maturity is crucial for building good relationships. The way I'm going to do this is by reading. I'm going to be rereading How to Win Friends and Influence People and putting everything I learned individually into practice every day. That book, I really recommend it. When I first read it, I became fucking social butterfly. With the brotherhood of friends kind of side of things, just go outside more, not just in everyday places, but where people doing your hobbies, yet your hobbies are congregating. Which leads me to my next point, martial arts. I want to be a man capable of taking care of the people that he cares about. This aligns with my values. So in this case, I would join a martial arts group where I would hopefully meet some people with the same values as me. Or I would just meet some people who got forced by their parents to go into a martial art. In that case, free practice. Nah, jokes, bro. Seriously though, someday I will be in a situation where I have to protect either myself or somebody I care about, or even just somebody I don't care about, but integrity, morals. And when the time comes, I want to be ready. This category is leadership. When I was talking about financial freedom, I mentioned that I wanted to inspire people. This YouTube channel is my practice for leadership. I've always found this kind of thing fulfilling, and I have a vision for it. And hopefully I can change one life. Maybe even save one too. Oh man, that would just fill my heart with joy. I want to be the person that I needed when I was going through my tough times. My goals for this YouTube channel will happen. I just need to focus on becoming a better leader. With anything, I get better with practice, so I can practice by making YouTube videos like this one, or researching, looking at videos on YouTube, or even reading, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Basically the book about being a leader. Basically just learn how to be a good public speaker, so I can make these videos more entertaining for you, bro. I've got a long way to go and change will be gradual, but success is exponential. Let's summarize. What do you need to do when you're making your plan? Number 1, set the expectation. Number 2, know what you have to level up in. Figure that out with time, with silence. Number 3, set the ground rules. Have your student mindset. Number 4, describe why you want these things and how you will get them. Number 5, this one's a biggie. This one I haven't touched on in this video, but this will be my next video. This is story. Your story is important because it shows you where your beliefs about yourself came from, shows you where you are now, gives you enough humility to figure out where you are now, and then knowing your future, writing your own future, knowing your own future gives you control. Because, and I'll touch on this in the next video, if you don't have a plan for yourself, if you don't have a framework for how your life is, the world does. The world has a plan for you. You must have your plan. You must have your story, because society, the world, they have a story for you, and chances are that story is not one that you will find fulfilling or that you'll enjoy at all. Without further ado, without me dragging on the rest of this video, stay positive and have a good night, bro. Give me a fist bump.